Welcome, boys, to another year of FC. Today I've got a quick video for all of you who might be struggling with the attacking side of the game. First things first, patience. Just about a week ago, we were running around with stacked 99 rated players, and now we're back grinding with 80 rated gold cards. It's a big adjustment, so don't be too hard on yourself. This game might feel a little weird and awkward at the start, but trust me, once you give it some time, you'll realize this is one of the best FIFA/FC games EA has dropped in a while. Here are 5 attacking tips that will take your game to another level. Now guys, here's one of the biggest issues with this year's game, and some of you might even call it a negative. Good players who know how to defend will overload this part of the pitch in and around the box. Just look at this clip. See how many bodies are packed in there. It's tough to break through, but don't worry, because like I said, passing and dribbling are out of this world this year. The golden rule you need to adapt to is patience. Be patient, move the ball, and the opportunity will open up. There are 3 lines of defense you should always be aware of, and I'll make a full in-depth video breaking this down later. To put it simply, those lines are the opponent's attackers, their midfielders, and finally, their defenders. Notice how they're usually stacked in straight lines. The more compact and organized those lines are, the harder it becomes to create anything. That's why this year, passing and pure football IQ are crucial. Your job is to punish your opponent the moment they get too aggressive. Watch this clip. It only takes 3 passes. The moment he overcommits, he's forced into a decision with his center back, and that's exactly where we want him. From there, it just comes down to what you've got in your toolbox. For me in this situation, I went with the R1 dribble to create that extra bit of space. Quick reminder, boys, my coaching is back open after 3 months. I've helped players of all levels get better, and you can check out the amazing results I've helped my students achieve. If you want to improve, book a session. The link is in the description and also pinned in the comments down below. Now, let's get back into it. The passing this year is honestly the best it's ever been. And like I said before, this game is all about dragging players out of position and then exploiting the space that opens up. Now, I know a lot of content creators throw that phrase around, dragging players out of place, like it's nothing. But how do you actually do it? That's where movement comes in. Simple things, give and go passes, one-touch football, moving the ball quickly so your opponent has to react. Let's first play this clip and break it down and teach you boys what I did and why it worked. Do you notice something here? Watch closely. I'll play the clip again. Try to spot what I'm doing every single time I receive the ball. There are actually 2 things. I'll explain them in a second, but I want you to see if you can catch it first in your head before I break it down. Alright, so here's the 2 things I was doing. Number 1, I'm not sprinting. I'm not holding R2 when I receive the ball. Number 2, I'm always dribbling away from the opponent. My back is towards them because my goal is to drag them out of position. And notice, this isn't about fancy skill moves. All I'm doing is using the left stick, receiving the ball, and taking a touch away. So simple, yet so effective. And honestly, so overlooked. Look carefully. Every time I go backwards or away from the defender, I either create more time and space for myself, or I force my opponent to step out and open something up. Now let's address the elephant in the room, how broken and overpowered through balls are this year. Through balls are honestly the most effective they've ever been. Guys, if you see a player in a sprint, just hold triangle. Some of the passes you can pull off are a complete joke. But here's the key. To get the most out of through balls, you have to revisit the fundamentals. That means creating movement, movements. Here's the formula you need to study. R1 pass into an L1 first touch pass. Pair that with L1 runs to trigger your players around you. Do this, and you'll open up insane passing lanes for through balls. For this to really work at the highest level, you need players with at least the incisive pass play style. Even the white version is enough. Look here, pay attention to my controller. As Diani makes this pass into my Martinez, I'm already facing towards the player up top. Watch how I tap L1 to trigger her run before the ball even reaches Martinez. So by the time Martinez takes his first touch, she's already in a full-on sprint. That's the power of early movement. You're always one step ahead of the defense. Formations with a CAM are the best for this. Why? Because your cam can trigger the striker, or the striker can trigger the cam. Then just as they're about to play the ball past that final defender, you deliver the through ball. Another option, pass the ball into your CAM, and while the ball is traveling to him, trigger your striker with L1. Then as your CAM receives the pass, immediately deliver the through ball into space. The key is this: your players must always be moving. Either trigger them with L1 plus pass, or manually send them with just L1. Once you start practicing these killer movements, boys, you're going to tear defenses apart. Through balls this year are that powerful. Hope you guys are enjoying the game so far, and thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you want coaching, the link is pinned down below in the comments. Make sure to subscribe if you are new and drop a like if you want more breakdowns like these. Be safe, fam, and I'll catch you in the next one.